In today's video, we're going to be graphing lines using their equations. And before we looked at slope and figuring out how to draw lines with their slope, all starting from the origin. Now, these lines might not start from the origin. Actually, these four that are in front of us, all of them start from a different point other than the origin. All right. And I shouldn't say start, but I should say where the y-intercept is, because the slope-intercept form of an equation looks like this: y equals mx plus b. All of these equations are in slope-intercept form. All right. You have the m, which is your rise over run, your change in y over change in x values. Okay, that's your coefficient of x. That's going to be in front of x, and it's going to show you how you graph each point on the grid. The b value is the ones that are the constants. Those are the ones that are going to show you where the line hits the y-intercept. And that's where we're going to, the reason why I say start is the reason why I say that is because that is where we're going to start drawing our line. All right. It doesn't really mean the line starts there. So let's take a look at this first one right here. All right. A. Okay. So we have an A. We know the slope is 2 over 3. So that means I go up 2 and then to the right 3. All right. And my B value is going to be the y-intercept. Now, on the y-intercept, that means where it hits the y-axis, the vertical axis. That's what the y-intercept is. It's where it hits the line, hits the vertical axis. It would start at here, but for that point, you wouldn't just say the y-intercept is 4. The y-intercept as coordinates is 0, 4. Okay. So the slope is 2 over 3, right? And I just showed the arrows just to show what direction it is. And the y-intercept is 0, 4. All right, so now let's graph this. I'm going to make this a little bit thicker to make my points. All right, so I start at the y-axis, drawing my line at the y-axis, which is 4. And then I go up 2 to the right 3. Just like you're reading a book, you always graph a line from left to right to start off with. All right. Now, I just don't go in this direction. I also have to go in the other direction on the y-axis. So down 2 to the left 3. And then there's my line. I'm going to change the thickness and make sure it's a straight line. Connect those points. Make your arrowheads. And label it so I know that this is line A. I'm going to scribble that in. So there's line A. All right, let's take a look at the next one. I'm going to change my color. Let's do this one in pink and make it a little thicker for the dots. So this one, the y-intercept's at -5. So from the origin, that means you go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make your dot there. So the y-intercept is 0, -5. Now, also, this has a negative slope. That means you go down 4 to the right 3. So whenever you have a negative slope, you go down and to the right. So down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right 3. Can't go any further this direction, so I go up 4 to the left 3. 3, 4 to the left 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left 3. All right, make my straight line to connect these dots, make it a little thinner. Boom. Arrowheads, don't forget those. Those show that they go on forever and they're not just a line segment. And label that B. All right, the next one, C, 3x minus 4. Now, this one's not in a fraction. So with this one, let me change this. Let me do this one. The M is 3 as a fraction is 3 over 1. So that means it's going up 3 to the right 1. So I'm starting at -4. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the origin, -4, make my dot. And now I'm going up 3. 1, 2, 3 to the right 1. Up 1, 2, 3 to the right 1. And down 3 to the left 1. And just change the thickness. We want a line. Connect those lovely dots. Arrowheads. And label. See. All right, one more. Let's change this color. Let's do this in orange here. Now, with this one, there is no slope out in front. Okay, well, there's a negative sign. Whenever there is no number out in front, the invisible number that we're used to seeing is a 1. So this is actually -1x plus 2. So that means my slope for this one is -1 over 1. So that means it's going down 1 to the right 1. So I'm going to change the thickness of my line. So that means I'm going to start at the y-intercept, which is 2. So from the origin, go up 2, make your dot. This one goes down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1, all the way down. These are a lot of dots here. And then in the other direction. Okay. Straight line. Looks pretty straight to me. We have a line. We're going to connect all those. Whoa, thick line. Want a thinner one. Here we go. There. Bam. Beautiful. Arrowheads. Kind of an arrowhead. And scribble in letter D. That's going to be my 4th line. Okay. So to recap, we use the slope-intercept form of equation to graph a line. The b value, the constant, that's where the line intersects the y-axis, the vertical axis, and that's where you would start drawing your line and making the dot. The slope is your rise over run. That's how you get to the next point. If it's positive, you go up and to the right. If it's negative, you go down and to the right. All right, and make sure you graph on both sides of the y-intercept. So that's it for today's video on graphing lines and in slope-intercept form. And always remember, whether you're solving for x or y, always give math a try.